Alright, so here we are looking at Prey today, which starts out where you select if you want to be a boy character or a girl character, both named Morgan. You wake up, sunny day, with your brother Alex on the phone calling you at your beautiful house. The big thing that this review is going to show you is how rich the texture is in the environment and how nice things look. This is recorded from my Twitch stream, so my face is here. Obviously, the audio is not the way that that is. After you spend a little time messing around in your apartment, you end up talking to Alex in person. And you can see here again about the texture of the characters. When they talk, their mouths move properly. It's not like most games that are 3D where mouths are just moving all over the place. So this is pretty much obviously not only new but top of the development tree in terms of that. Um, the complexity and the detail is incredibly high in a way that only the newest games are doing right now. And this game does not disappoint in any of those ways. The environment is incredibly rich, like I've said, and it really does suck you in, especially if you're playing it on one of those big wraparound monitors that everybody loves to use. After talking to Alex, you go in and you do just a real basic tutorial. These guys guide you through it. They're scientists that are basically looking at how you're doing. The tutorial is pretty basic, where you learn how to press a red button. You jump over things and you crouch and you hide, and just the simple stuff that you're going to need to know going forward in the game, and pressing red buttons. The thing that I didn't like is that when you want to click on something like this screen, you don't actually end up clicking on the screen using the mouse, you end up pressing F. You use the mouse basically only for attacking and guiding where you're going to press, which to me, I didn't really like that. So this was a fun time on stream to be going over these questions, which are asking things like sort of morbid or like which is worse, questions that you would sort of do at like a party or something. And I was having a great time doing this. So if you stream, do stream the beginning of the game, because this is just kind of fun. The big other thing that you'd be looking at is that the environment is getting set up here, as well as some of the basic characters, which end up coming out later in the story. And it is cool to play the tutorial. I thought it was a little bit longer than I would have liked. I just kind of wanted to get into like run and jump and shoot and killing. So after you do, some simple questions where you get some funny answers out of them, you're shown this picture, and a mimic kind of slides up into that coffee cup, where suddenly you realize, oh wait, here we go. And all of that fun tutorial is over, and so begins the game. Black mimics destroying everybody, guns firing, and you pass out. And then everybody in the entire place is dead. Mimics have eaten everything. And the mimics are always sliding around, sort of out of view, but just in view. Every machine blows up, goes crazy, and you get cool weapons like this shotgun to shoot and try and protect yourself. This was a gimme if you pre-ordered, which was fun. I just wish there was more ammunition in the beginning, because I just couldn't stop shooting stuff. I just wanted to blow everything up. I'm not the best at first-person shooters, so keeping ammo is tough for me. But if you, in that way, it almost feels like Tomb Raider versus some of the other games that just are always giving you ammunition. Here you can see that when you are in the environment, everything is completely active all the time. There's no sort of disable. Here, January is giving us a call, and we're going to end up listening to her and also fighting off a bundle of mimics at the same time. So you're never really safe, which adds to that sort of element of being on your toes, or sort of suspense that the game really does deliver quite well on. And I mean, what's not cool about destroying everything with a wrench? It does work like a first-person shooter, obviously. That's the whole point of the game. And here, just a big baddie. You can see we're taking him down. He's shooting back, using the door for cover, or trying to. He's doing the same thing, of course, strafing and moving. One of the big things that I liked when I was playing the game is they're not afraid to tease you by showing you some of the monsters ahead of time. We ended up killing this guy in the previous scene, but a lot of the story is done where you're sort of looking through the glass and watching what's happening. or you're sort of like given this opportunity to choose to interact with something or not. Like here, that was the first time we killed a mimic, basically. We just had to break through that glass. Whereas here, we don't have the opportunity to break through the glass. This is a story element. So there's really a good control of how much you do or don't get to do in the game, but it leaves you feeling like you're on this journey that they're taking you on, and it's very rewarding while you're doing the gameplay. The environment, again, is completely interactive. You can touch pretty much everything in the game, mostly with the letter F on your keyboard. When you are out just grabbing stuff, next thing you know, there's a flicker on your screen just like that, and oh, there's the mimics. So, like I said about the suspense, you really end up getting a good blend of puzzle solving and trying to figure out how to build stuff using these items or how they're going to help you in the future, going through the skill tree and stuff like that. Also, while you're getting this sort of like Resident Evil-y sort of flash on the screen before you have to do the battle, which I like. It kind of like, it's almost like a horror movie in that way, where you're like, oh, and then you're in combat. The cool thing here showing you is not just looting someone's corpse, but everybody has a name and they all had a purpose inside of the station at this level of the game. So you can kind of feel again the texture and stuff. These turrets are super helpful. They help you shoot weapon ammo called bullets. They shoot bullets. And if you don't set them up, you end up getting into big trouble like this. I didn't set the turret up first, thinking that you just had to press F again and it would open, but it's not quite so simple. You got to press and hold F with a bit of a delay. And I ended up getting into all kinds of trouble. So it is a game that rewards thinking versus just the hack and slash shoot 'em up method. Like I said, more in the Resident Evil Tomb Raider variety than, say, Gears of War, where you basically can just run around shooting everything all the time. And there isn't really a lot of consequence for just going berserk. The cool thing here, like I said about the dead corpses, everybody has a terminal. There's all these workstations, and you can go through everybody's stuff because they're dead, so why not, right? Your own apartment is full of stuff in the beginning, and this is just, it goes all the way through the game. Everybody's desk, everybody's office, everybody's everything. You can explore, and it's very much like almost like someone on Twitch had said Legend of Zelda in that way, where they kind of control what you can see in the beginning, control what you can do, but you can explore everything, and you're just kind of waiting to figure out what do you do with it. These items can be used to build things, or so beginning of the game you would believe. So you're picking them all up, trying to see what's up, and probably my favorite thing to do with any of the items is to throw it. You can use it as a weapon, and here in the beginning of the game I just thought it was funny. I was like, ha ha ha, this is so much fun to throw things. But in the skill tree, you can actually end up developing better throwing skills because you can throw things at enemies to hurt them. So you can just imagine that I was trying to throw this object into the kitchen, and how surprised I was when, it didn't make it. Later in the game, on the other hand, you do make it, and you do that right here. You pick these babies up during the game, and they give you skills. They're called neuromods, as you can see on the screen right now, and they develop the skill tree. It's a little complicated in the beginning, which is one of the places that I had complaints, and a lot of people on Twitch when I was playing had mentioned it, that you don't really know what you're going to need between the scientist, the knowledge of science and medicine, or the engineer who can fix things, the security where you can go through lower level passcodes and things without so much trouble. You can see that it's fairly complex. As I just kind of am clicking around. And it does go fairly deep. That's a lot of neuromods that you're going to acquire. But in the first hour and a half of gameplay, I had acquired about 10 or 15 neuromods. So it seems like the skill tree will develop quickly so that you're not really pinned into those choices for quite as long as it originally seems. Heading into the final review of this game, it's definitely one for the first-person shooter crowd. Anybody who likes story-driven action games, this is for you. If you don't like first-person shooters, like me, I don't like them at all. I tend to find that they're not enjoyable, and I don't like them. I actually like this game a lot. I would definitely be happy to keep playing games like this on the regular. I plan to play this game straight through until its conclusion, and full disclosure, I haven't beat it yet. It is worth noting that if you're going to do it on PC, you can get the 2 hours of free gameplay from Steam, and you should definitely punch through that tutorial as fast as you can, because that'll eat up about half an hour if you're not really paying attention. I would like a little bit of guidance from the game about how you make items into new stuff. It just seems like you're supposed to combine them and see what happens, and I know that for a lot of people that's something that they like. I tend not to like games that are like that, and that's a personal choice. But if you don't like it, this game might not be for you. If you don't like highly immersive, sort of stressful environment games, it's like Resident Evil would be a prime example, this game isn't for you. If you like games that keep you on your toes and get you thinking, if you watch this video, you can see I laugh a lot and I'm having a great time. So if you like that kind of game experience, this is definitely something that you need to get your hands on. Right now it's going for about $60 US, and if that's too much, wait till the price comes down. It's going to definitely be worth the play for you. And if you've got other games on your list, you can get those out and then get into this. Because once you start, you're not going to want to stop. So 4 to 4.5 cogs out of 5. Great graphics, great gameplay, great story. The only thing that I wish is that there was more ammo and that I had more time to play it. So get playing and enjoy Prey. Alright. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe if you liked the video. Bye-bye.